What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another, because it's Thursday, June 13th of 2024, to another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendations video. This is the video where I take a look at every single book that's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff and try to figure out if there's anything in the guts, on the cover, or anywhere else that you and me can try to speculate on, so that way we can try to make this hobby fund itself. But I also check out all the new number ones to figure out if there's any books that we have to pick up, because I think the story sounds so freaking amazing, and there is one book on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that you guys should be picking up to read. And the rest is all about speculation. Alright guys, let's not waste any more time and let's cover my 3 weekly speculation reminders. Alright, if you guys are seasoned speculators or you guys have seen this video series before, guys, there are timestamps down in the description below. You guys can skip right ahead to Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. But if you guys are new to this video series or new to speculation, make sure you guys hear out these 3 weekly speculation reminders. And the first one up is the same thing every single week, and that is you guys have to do your own research. I am going to present some information to you today, but what I need you to do is check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust, so that way you can gather the most information possible and you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you're spending your own hard-earned money on these books. It's not my money, it's your money. Now, the second reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books, so sometimes a book will show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Now, the third and final reminder that I have for you guys is that I record this video normally on Thursday, and today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, June 13th of 2024, and just in case you did not know, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and all the independent publishers have until 5 p.m. on Friday, which is tomorrow, to lock in their books that are going to be on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So that means they can add or remove books after I finish recording and editing this video. So what I highly suggest you do before you finalize your Final Order Cutoff orders for speculation, you check these 2 places. And the first place up is the Comic Book Frontier. It's a fantastic Facebook group run by my good friend Al, and he will update his finds all the way up into the order deadline dates, which I'll cover in just a moment. And the other place is coverprice.com. It is one of the best comic book websites I have found recently. It is such a fantastic site. It has so much comic book data for the secondary market and just like data in general for comic books. It's great. I love that site. And they put out a list every single weekend, so make sure you guys are checking the Comic Book Frontier and Cover Price before you finalize your order. Now, one last thing. Guys, I'm gonna admit something to you guys right now. After checking Cover Price's list and Al's list over the last month, I gotta admit, I am not the best at speculation because they always find books that I miss. So that's one more reason you should be checking Al's list and Cover Price's list before finalizing order, because they always find things that I do not. So you guys should consider this your appetizer for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff speculation, and you can consider Al's and Cover Price's list your entree. Alright guys, let's go ahead and find out what this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates are. Alright guys, if you're interested in picking up any of the books that I'm going to talk about in today's video, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by June 16th for your DC, Scout, and Vault books, and June 17th for your Marvel and all the other independent publishers. Now, the reason why you want to do this is that you can save up to 20% off the cover price of these books on certain online retailers. I will have a link down in the description below to the ones that I like. And that is just a great thing to take into consideration if you're truly going to speculate on your book, because you'll save that 20% off the cover price, and when you're going to sell it on the secondary market, that means you'll have a 20% more profit on your sale, which is absolutely amazing, and that's why we do speculation. So just remember, those are your dates for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which are my Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. There were not too many covers that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I think will sell well on the secondary market, but I did find 4, so let's go ahead and cover these 4. First up, we got Blood Hunt, the Red Band Edition, issue number 5, with the 1 in 25 Bloody Homage variant done by Rod Reese. I checked eBay to make sure that issues number 1, 2, and 3 are still selling well on the secondary market, and they are, so I would keep an eye on this one right here. Next up is Namor, issue number 1, with the 1 in 100 Virgin Ratio variant done by Alex Believe. I think this is a gorgeous cover. It's a new #1, and it has a fantastic writer on it in Jason Aaron. Now guys, next up is Scarlet Witch issue #2 with the 1:25 ratio variant done by Dyke Ruan. My love for Dyke Ruan might be influencing this pick a little bit right here, but I gotta tell you, there's tentacles, there's people that love tentacle covers, and this is Scarlet Witch, and she looks pretty fantastic. This is a great cover in my opinion, but again, maybe my love for Dyke Ruan is influencing that just a little bit. And the final cover that I found is Usagi Yojimbo The Crow, issue #4 with the cover B variant, which is done by David Nakayama. This is one of the few Usagi Yojimbo covers that I found that I really like. I think this cover is fantastic, but I'm a fan of David Nakayama, so maybe that's influencing this pick as well. But maybe other David Nakayama fans will want this one as well, and they are not normally Usagi fans, so maybe more people will want this book, will make this book more rare. I don't know. It's all about speculation, guys. All right, guys, those are the 4 cover lover picks that I found that are in this weekend's final order cutoff that I think could do well. Do well on the secondary market. So let's go ahead and cover the next section, which are my second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. Just like last week, there are a bunch of second prints in facsimiles, so let's go ahead and dive into these. And the first one up is Tales of the Teen Titans, issue #44, the facsimile edition, the facsimile blank, and the facsimile foil. Now in the guts of this book, Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, formerly known as Robin. Joseph adopts the name Jericho and has the origin of Deathstroke in Jericho in this issue. Now guys, next up is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue #258 with the facsimile edition. In this book, Reed Richards discovers Spider-Man's black costume is an alien symbiote, and also has the debut of Spider-Man's bombastic Bagman costume, a temporary disguise consisting of a Fantastic Four uniform with a brown bag for a mask. I did not know that was in this book, and that is super cool in my opinion. Now, this is Marvel Comics, so that means there's obviously going to be a 1:25 ratio variant for this facsimile that is a different cover that's done by a new artist. Why are you doing this, Marvel? But people are buying these, which is probably why they're doing it. All right, guys, this is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Emanuela Lupacchino. And it's pretty decent. I like the fact that Reed Richards is on the cover of this. But other than that, do we really need this? I don't think so. But let's move on. Next up is Blood Hunt, issue #2 with the second print variant done by Linnell Francis Yu. And after that is Hellverine, issue #1 with the second print variant done by Martin Coccolo. And obviously there's going to be a Hellverine, issue #1, a second print 1:25 virgin ratio variant done by Joshua Cassara. This one is actually pretty good, but do we really need 1:25 virgin ratio variants? If you guys keep buying them, I know Marvel's going to keep publishing them, but I just wish they would do something different. All right, guys, next up is Ultimate Spider-Man issue #4 with the second print variant done by Marco Cicchetto. This is a great design variant featuring Gwen Stacy. And after that is Ultimate Spider-Man issue #4, the second print 1:25 virgin ratio variant done by Cal New. Obviously, this is just a version of the 1:25 for the original print. And after that is Ultimate Spider-Man issue #5 with the second print variant done by Marco Cicchetto. And after that is obviously going to be Ultimate Spider-Man issue #5 with the second print 1:25 virgin ratio variant done by Marco Cicchetto. 2 more. Both are independents. Next up, Charm City issue #1 with the second print variant done by Hugo Petris. I never heard of this book, but that's pretty cool. That's getting a second print. And next up is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, issue #1 with the second print variant done by Gary Brown, which looks like, I think, just cover H is fully red, which is pretty cool in my opinion. All right, guys, those are all the second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. Let's go ahead and cover the books that have a little something in the guts. All right, guys, the first book up is a little interesting. This is DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives, issue #1. Now let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. Jason Todd lives. What's next for the fallen Robin? In 1988, DC fans made a seminal choice in the history of DC publishing, voting to kill off Jason Todd's Robin in the Death of the Family storyline. Now, for the first time, we want to find out what would happen if fans had voted to let him live, and it begins with the murder of the Joker. So in this book, the Joker dies and Robin lives, and that's kind of cool. It's definitely different. I don't know if it's truly worthy of speculation, but I wanted to give you guys the information. So the Joker is actually going to die in this book. Now let's continue. Next up is Green Lantern issue #13 with the origin of Lord Premier Thoros, the ruler of the United Planets. Now after that is Sinister Sons issue #6. Now the solicitation mentions the truth of Sin Sun's origin is at last revealed as he and his best frenemy meet Lord Zod make their mad dash for the throne of the planet Krugar. So I know there's already been an origin story for Sin Sun, but this is the truth of Sin Sun's origin. So is that going to be different? Is this going to be the actual origin of him? I don't know, but you got to read the tea leaves there, and you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think. After that is Annihilation 2099, issue number 3, with the first appearance of Red Hulk 2099. And after that, Blood Hunt, issue number 5. Now the solicitation here mentions, this book features a dramatic shift for the future of the Marvel Universe. Now with that, is someone going to die? Is a character going to have something traumatic happen to him that's going to change him and change the people around him? What is going to be that huge dramatic shift? Is that going to be something that we can speculate on? I don't know. Again, I'm trying to read the tea leaves. All right, guys, next up is The Incredible Hulk, issue number 14. Now, Key Collector has this down as the possible first cameo appearance of Indiku, the first Hulk. Now, I have read the synopsis for this book multiple times, and I did not read any possible cameo coming out, but maybe someone over at Key Collector has a preview copy of this and was able to garner a little bit more information, but I just want to give you the information that I was able to find on the internet. Alright guys, after that is Namor, issue number 1. Now the solicitation in this mentions 7 kings, old and new, fight for the rule of the watery realm. And the solicitation also mentions this is an epic that will redefine the King of the Seas in the manner of Jason Aaron's Punisher series. So there were some big changes to the Punisher character in the last run of Punisher by Jason Aaron. So we're supposed to get something similar for the King of the Seas, which is Namor. So is something really cool going to happen? Is there going to be a big change that people can speculate on? I don't know, but there's also supposed to be some new kings that are going to be introduced in this issue. All right, guys, next up is Ultimate X-Men, issue number 5. Now, the solicitation here mentions the Shadow who has been haunting Armor finally reveals his true self. So the Shadow King is going to reveal who he truly is. Is it going to be the same character that's over in the main universe, or is it going to be someone new that is the Shadow King of the Ultimate Universe? But we're going to find out in this issue. All right, guys, last up is X-Force, issue number 1. And now this is easy because they actually mentioned the first appearance in the solicitation. This is going to have the first appearance of Tank, a new team member to X-Force. Alright guys, that is everything. We've done cover level picks, second prints, facsimiles, and beyond, and all the books that have something in the guts. Let's go ahead and find out what my spec picks of the week are. Alright guys, let's go ahead and cover my spec picks of the week. And this is going to be pretty easy. I really like a bunch of the covers that I found. So first up, we got Blood Hunt, the Red Band Edition, issue number 5, the 1 in 25 Bloody Homage variant by Rod Reese. Now, I like this because the 1 in 25s for the Red Band Editions have been selling so well on the secondary market, and when they checking how 1, 2, and 3 is still selling, and they still are selling like over $150 each, I would say this is a good bet if you can get your hands on one. Now, after that, I do like the 1 in 100 Virgin Ratio variant for Namor, issue number 1. I think it's a gorgeous cover. It's a high ratio book. It's a popular character, so I can see this one doing well as well. And after that, you gotta look at the Helverine, issue number 1, the second print 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Joshua Cassara. So many of these 1 in 25 second prints for Marvel books do well on the secondary market. And with this being such a cool cover, I can definitely see this book selling well on the secondary market. You also got to keep an eye on Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 4, the second print 1 in 25 Virgin Ratio variant, and also Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 5, the second print 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Marco Cicchetto, because they are both second print Virgin 1 in 25s, and like I said, they just tend to sell well on the secondary market. But guys, if we look at the books that have something in the guts, I don't think there's anything really too strong there that we can actually sink our teeth into and be guaranteed to make a little bit of money on the secondary market, either right out of the gate or in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and say skip all of those books. I really think it comes down to those high ratio first prints and also the 1 in 25 second prints. You really got to keep an eye on those because those are selling so well right now. Alright guys, those are my spec picks of the week. Let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which is my final order cutoff recommendations to read. Alright guys, I took a look at all the new number 1s that were on this weekend's final order cutoff, and there is one that I'm pretty excited about, and I think you guys should be pretty excited about it too, and that is Namor issue number 1. And the reason why I think you should be excited, Because it's going to be written by Jason freaking Aaron, and sometimes he hits freaking home runs, and his stories are so good. Just think of his Thor run. His Thor run was so good. Now, you can please ignore his Avengers run, because the beginning of that was really good, and then it fell off a cliff. But if you also been reading his independent books, his Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, that book is so good. So, I have high hopes that this is going to be a home run. I am a little nervous that he is spreading himself really thin because he's writing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's also reading Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime, and now he's also writing Namor. There's a lot of books this guy is writing, so fingers crossed that this book is going to be really good, because I know a lot of people love the character of Namor. But let me go ahead and tell you a little bit more about this book. It has the art of Paul Davidson and Alex Linz, and let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. War rages beneath the waves, from the lost cities of the secret seas to the fathomless depths where the elder whales reign. 7 kings, old and new, fight to rule the watery realm. But where is Namor, the once mighty submariner? He's sitting behind bars on the surface with no intention of ever setting foot in the seas again. So begins an oversized Atlantean event that will forever reshape the landscape of the undersea world, while at last laying bare the dark history of Atlantis and its fiercest, most infamous defender. An epic that will redefine the King of the Seas in the manner of Jason Aaron's Punisher series. I wish it said Thor series, because that would make me have a lot more confidence for this book. But Jason Aaron is one hell of a writer when he can bring it, and my fingers are crossed that this is going to be a great series. Now, there are some really cool variants for this book. I'll make sure I share them throughout the synopsis reading. But guys, this is a book that I think we all need to pick up and all need to check out, and hopefully it's going to be really good. So that way you guys can join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below, and we can all talk about it. Alright guys, that is the new #1 that I think you guys should consider picking up. That's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. Alright guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up with a bang with covering my next week's new comic book day cover lover picks that I think could do well on the secondary market. Alright guys, let's go ahead and cover the 9 covers that I found that are coming out on next week's new comic book day, which is June 19th of 2024, that I think could sell well on the secondary market. And the first one up is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 52 with the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant done by Pablo Villalobos. It features Black Cat, and this is really, really good. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know there is a trade dress of this book, so it could hurt the resale value of this a little bit. But with this being a Virgin and done by Pablo Villalobos, I think this is a good bet, right, if it's selling well on the secondary market. Now, next up is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 52 with the 1 in 50 black and white Virgin sketch Big Marvels variant done by Scotty Young. I think this is one of the better Scotty Young Big Marvel covers in my opinion, and it also looks really good in this black and white 1 in 50, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for this one as well. Now next up is a book that could do well, or maybe it won't, but I really like it, so I'm going to share it with you guys, and that is Wonder Woman issue number 10 with the cover E with the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Jeff Spokes. It's Jeff Spokes, and we got all the Wonder Ladies on the cover, and I think this could do well because it has all the Wonder Ladies, and it's Jeff Spokes. To me, that's a recipe for a banger. Alright guys, next up is Wonder Woman issue number 10 with the cover C variant done by Dan Panosian. The more I look at this, the more I like it. Even with how wacky the rope looks, I think Dan's portrayal of Wonder Woman here is really, really good. Alright guys, after that is Catwoman issue number 66 with the cover C variant done by Pablo Villalobos. This is open order, but just think down the line, guys, like way down the line, 10, 15 years into the future, after everyone's forgot about this cover and they see it and they want it again, I can see this book selling for, you know, not a high premium, but selling for a profit for sure. All right, guys, after that is the sensational She-Hulk issue number 9 with the variant cover done by Adam Hughes. It's a Hughes book. I'm going to share it with you guys, and I think this is actually pretty cool. It's not his best, but it's Hughes. Alright guys, after that we have Destro issue number 1 with the cover F, which is the 1 in 100 ratio variant done by John Boy Myers. This is probably my second favorite out of the batch. It's a high ratio book, and I don't know how many shots are going to be ordering 100 issues of Destro, so I think this is going to be kind of hard to get your hands on, and it is really freaking cool, but I personally like the 1 in 10 the best, but this one I think was probably going to sell the best on the secondary market. Alright guys, next up is Venomverse Reborn issue number 1 with the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant done by Derek Chu. It's a Virgin, it's Venom, it's a 1 in 100, and it's Venomverse. Is that a recipe for something? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments below. And the final book, guys, is Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime, issue number 1, with the 1 in 10 ratio variant, done by Gabriel Del Otto. Again, this is going to be written by Jason Aaron. This cover is so freaking nice. It is only 1 in 10. And with the writer of Jason Aaron and the nostalgia behind Scrooge, I could see a lot of shops ordering a bunch of copies of this book, so there could be a lot of 1 in 10s out there. But to me, this is the best cover. It really is. And maybe it doesn't sell super well on the secondary market, but I don't know, keep your eyes on it. I'm definitely going to try to pick myself up a copy of this and just hold on to it for my own collection. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of today's video. Now, if you guys watched from the beginning of that video all the way to the end, and even if you skipped the speculation reminders, I still gotta say, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. And the guys, look down real quick. Have you guys smashed that like button just yet? If you haven't, please do me a favor and smash that like button. And last but not least, guys, if you guys watch that video and you enjoy comic book content and you're not subscribed, I would highly suggest get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button. All right, guys, last but not least, I do have a piece of information to share with you guys. I am working on a new video series, and the first video should either drop tomorrow on Friday. Oh man, I feel like I have hairs all over my face. Or sometime next week. It's going to kick off a new series that I'm going to post once a month, giving you guys update of this long process that I'm going to do, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. I cannot wait to drop the video. I cannot wait to hear your guys' reaction to the video, so make sure you guys are commenting on all the videos, because I love hearing from you guys. I may not respond to everyone, but guys, I love hearing your comments, or reading your comments. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and have a great weekend, have a great final order cutoff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.